So let's all have a comfortable seat. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for our new participants. We're excited to have you. Welcome to Comfort Yoga. I'm Allison, and I'm here with my fellow yogi Sevda.
Hi.
So I guess I first just wanted to start, there's some people I know, like two friends in particular of mine, going through some really difficult stuff. And so I just wanted to use our energy tonight. And I know a lot of other people have friends, family who are also going through really difficult, challenging, very challenging situations. So we can just kind of use our energy tonight to send love to those people who need it most right now. I think it's a nice way to come together and then send out that love to people who could use some strength right now. I also just wanted to just bring up this idea of the role of humor and just how it can kind of help us through these really difficult situations. I think sometimes humor is just not appropriate, or that doesn't fall really well, like it gets too close to home, but it's also, sometimes it makes you feel understood. So you watch like Ellen DeGeneres or these other comedians, and how are they conceptualizing what we're going through, and it kind of helps you feel understood and you realize they're just capturing it in a funny way. And that's why we turn to these different TV shows that are really funny and kind of out there to help us kind of escape what's going on right now, maybe. And just as an example, Sevda and I last week spent like 30 minutes when she introduced me to TikTok, which I've never done before. And you just get lost in these hilarious videos that parents are making of themselves, just making fun of what they're going through, or single people and how they have just a lack of any opportunity to date right now, or people making funny videos of their pets. And so I just like thinking of this role that humor can play of just laughing and creating a bit of lightness, where it can feel really heavy and hard. And so I want to think about that during our practice. Is we're very focused, we're trying to get in the pose, do it right, but where can we bring a smile or just a laughter, like if you fall out of it, whatever. Or if we're staying in a pose kind of long, you just crack a joke, like I could stay in here for 10 minutes, like I'll be fine. So where can we bring a little lightness today, and just throughout our week, especially when things get hard, where can we make some kind of funny comment just to get us through it? So on that note, welcome to your practice. Let's find a comfortable seated position. And let's just start with some breathing to kind of bring us into this moment right now. To kind of push the day aside and just find yourself here on your mat, knowing that you've carved out this time for yourself right now to take care of yourself so that you can be there for other people around you. So just start bringing attention to your breath, bringing your mind's focus to your inhale and your exhale. And then in yoga, we do this breathing where it's kind of like the sound of the ocean coming in and especially coming out, where you create a slight restriction in your throat and you hear your breath coming out. And that's also a way to bring your focus into your breath. So slow your breath down a little bit and just bring your attention to your inhale and then your exhale. Your inhale and then your exhale. Your inhale and your exhale. So we're just gonna sit here a few more moments, just focusing on that breathing. Seeing where you feel that breath. Is it in your chest? Is it in your belly? And as your mind gets distracted, just bringing it back to your breath. So we kind of use our breath as a tool for a lot of things in yoga, and one of them is to really focus your attention, because your attention could be everywhere. We kind of want to bring it into right now. So using your inhale and your exhale, just practicing following how many breaths can you keep track of before your mind wanders. And then just coming back. It's okay if it's like 2 breaths and that's it. Maybe seeing if you're holding on to any tightness right now that you already feel, like maybe in your jaw, even just sitting here in your hips. Is there any tightness you want to try and release? Let's just bring our hands to our heart center. And let's just start with a dedication of just maybe someone who needs a little love sent their way, a little energy. Who you want to dedicate this practice to tonight. So as you're ready, we're gonna start coming onto our backs. So we're gonna do a little more hip opening during this practice. So we're gonna start, just like we did last week, coming onto our backs first. And we're just gonna be slowly waking up our hips. So you're gonna lengthen your left leg and then bring your right knee in and just do gentle circles in one direction. And then circles in the other direction. And then as you're ready, let's open our right leg, our right knee out to the side. It's just gonna come out maybe halfway, not even to the floor, but just a slight, just opening it maybe part way. Just a light stretch there. So your left leg is really long on the floor, and then your right knee is out to the side. And then let's bring our right knee over to our left side. So this is just a gentle spinal twist. Your shoulders are back down on the floor as much as possible. If your right shoulder is not completely on the floor, that's okay. Just a gentle spinal twist to wake up the spine. And then let's gently come back to center. And you're gonna bring your right leg long and then your left knee in. So again, going in circles in one direction first, just gently. And then coming in the other direction. And then let's open our knee out to the left. So your right hip is down. Feeling that grounded, or your right leg grounded into the floor, and then your left knee opening up slightly. And then let's do a gentle twist. So bring your left knee over to your right, and then bring your shoulders back down to the floor. So that gentle spinal twist. And your knee doesn't have to come all the way down to the floor. And then as you're ready, coming back down, back to center, and let's bring both our knees together. And just massaging your lower back into the floor. So small circles on your lower back in one direction. And then in the other direction. As you're ready, let's roll up, and then we're going to come onto all fours. So bring your hands to the front of your mat and coming on onto all fours. And we're just going to do cat-cow. So you're arching your spine down, and then belly to spine, curling your spine up. So arching it down, inhale, and then exhale, curling it up. Arching it down, and then curling it up. So we're kind of thinking of moving the spine in all directions. So now we're doing this arching up and down, just waking up our spine. And again, you're coming back to your breath here. So try to match each movement to a breath. So inhale, arch down. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch down. And then exhale, round. And then now we're going to do curve, just like C curves with your spine. So kind of bring your hips, creating larger circles, bigger circles with your hips in one direction. Kind of just flowing with this, whatever feels nice here. So again, we're waking up our hips here in one direction. And then in the other direction. So really big curves here with your hips. Big circles, really waking them up. Okay, and then we're going to come back to center, and we're going to really engage our core here. So throughout your yoga practice, you really want to engage your core, and basically you want to engage your pelvic floor, also bring in your muscles here that kind of connect your hips. It's a really small muscle, and then engaging your whole core, and that's going to support your lower back. So even here, you want to feel that core engagement. So your hips coming together, your core is engaged, and that's really going to, you don't want to arch your lower back. So you want to keep it flat, and that's why engaging your core here. So we're engaging our core first, and then we're going to reach our right leg back. So like Sada's going to show reaching her right leg straight back to the wall behind her, like she's planting her foot on the wall behind her. Her hips are level, and you're staying here, engaging your core. Now you're going to curl in, so bring your knee to your nose, curling in and arching your spine. And then exhale, lengthen out, bring your foot back. And then exhale, curl in, arch your spine. So knee to nose, and then exhale, lengthen out. Let's do 3 more like that. Really slowing down the movement, really deliberate movement. Exhale, lengthen out. 2 more. Inhale, curl in to a little ball. Exhale, lengthen out. Your core is still engaged. Inhale, curl in. And then exhale, lengthen out. Beautiful. So let's bring that leg back down, and let's do it on the other side now. So engage your core. Let's come back down to all fours. So feel your core really engaged. Your lower back is supported. So you're engaging your core, and then bring your left leg back. So you're planting your foot on the back wall, and then maybe your hip, you want to keep your hips level, so your left hip might have to come down a little bit. So staying here, feeling your core really engaged, and then inhale, belly, or knee to nose. Exhale, lengthen out, really long. Beautiful. Inhale, knee to nose, arching your spine, and then exhale, lengthen out. Do 3 more here. Inhale, knee to nose. Exhale, lengthen out. 2 more. Inhale, knee to nose. Exhale, lengthen out, maybe a little smile. Inhale, knee to nose. Exhale, lengthen out, beautiful. Back to all fours. And we're laughing, because this is all about humor tonight. So maybe we'll come into child's pose, taking a little moment here. So this is kind of your home-based child's pose. It's whenever you need kind of a break, when things get a little too heated up or whatever, you need a break, coming into child's pose. Your hips are on your heels, and you're just resting your forehead on the mat. Maybe you can, it's nice to kind of rub your forehead from side to side, kind of creating that nice massage on your, the center of your forehead. And kind of just letting it go here. But again, coming back to your breath. So we don't want to go all over the place with our thoughts. Still coming back to your breath. So as you're ready, let's come back to all fours. And we're going to bring our right foot forward. So this is a hip opening focus class. So we're going to start opening our hips a little bit more. So you want to kind of be on the front of your knee, so not right on top of your kneecap so it doesn't hurt. And then your front knee is right above your front ankle. So your shin should be completely straight. And we're just down here. So you're feeling that stretch. Maybe your hip flexors, maybe your the backs of your legs. You might be feeling it here if your hip flexors are really tight. So just breathing into this right now. This can already feel like a lot, especially if you're a runner, if you have tight hips, tight hip flexors. Just breathing into this. You can even move your hips a little bit from side to side if that feels like it's creating a little bit more space for you. We're just gently creating a little bit more space for ourselves. And then let's do this on the other side. So bring your right leg back, your left foot forward. And again, checking your alignment. Your front knee is on top of your front ankle. You're not right on top of your back knee. You're kind of a little forward of it. And then feeling that nice stretch. Again, coming back to your breath here. The sound of the ocean. Bringing back your focus to right here. Okay, so let's step back. We're coming into all fours. And let's come into a downward facing dog now. So you're gonna bring your hips up. Perfect. So your feet are about hip widths apart, so maybe a little further apart than you think. And then your hands are pushing forward and you're really sending your hips up to the sky. So maybe stepping your hands up a little bit more forward. Perfect. Especially if you have even longer legs, you want to create a lot of space. So you're really pushing into the floor. So you're creating all that length in your spine. But then you want to think about your shoulders. Shoulders coming down your back. It's kind of like these opposing directions. And then you're feeling a nice stretch in the back of your legs. If it feels too much, your heels might not be coming on the floor, and that's totally fine. Maybe your knees are a bit bent. Just breathing in here. For 3. For 2. For 1. So now we're going to bring our right foot forward. And we're going to come into our first big standing pose, so crescent lunge. So your front foot forward, you're on the ball of your back foot. Again, you have the same alignment, your knee on top of your ankle. And maybe if you're having trouble balancing, you could spread your feet out widthwise. If it feels a little wobbly today. So finding your balance here. Your hips are pointing forward. And then when you're ready, bring your arms up. So breathing here. So again, we're feeling this nice stretch on the front of your left thigh. Your left leg is really long. And then you're finding that stability, even as it feels a little hard to balance, or breathing here. You want to think about the shoulders coming down your back. Breathing here for 3, for 2, for 1. Let's bring our hands down. And we're going to come into that low lunge again that we were in. So keeping that right foot forward again. So we're in that low lunge with your back knee down. And now we're going to move that right foot. We're going to point it outwards, like to 2 o'clock. And maybe bring it more to the side edge of your mat. So this is more of this hip opening here. You're shooting your knee out to 2 o'clock. And then if you want, opening it a little bit more. Beautiful. Making sure that foot is pointing to the side. And then creating that opening here, whatever feels as comfortable as possible. Breathing here. So just creating a little bit more opening. For 3, for 2, for 1. And then let's bring that foot back to center. So you're still on your back knee. And you're kind of going to fold inside of it. You're probably not going to make it all the way to the floor unless you're super flexible and your hips are amazing. But you're just going to bring your elbows towards the floor. They probably won't get there, but towards the floor is the idea. So again, feeling that nice opening here, or sort of nice. Breathing here. Maybe letting go. Feeling your head flop down a little bit. Just where can you release? For 2, for 1, and then let's step back just into all fours. And we're gonna do that same thing on the left side. So bring your left foot forward. You're gonna be on your back, the ball of your back foot, and then you're gonna come up to this powerful crescent lunge. So your front knee over your front ankle. Your feet could be a little wider apart if it feels hard to feel steady. And then you're in the back, the ball of your back foot. Your back leg is as straight as possible, but it can be bent also if that helps. So your hips are pointing forward, and then as you're ready, bring your arms up. So really feeling the strength of this pose. Again, your shoulders are down your back. The back of your neck is long. You're really looking straight in front of you, not up. Just offering everything up, offering your energy up to whoever might need it or benefit from it. Coming back to your breath here. So that sound of your breath, that inhale, then exhale. Inhale, then exhale. One more deep breath here. And then exhale, let's bring our hands down, and we're coming down to that low lunge again. So we're on our back knee. And then we're gonna bring our left foot out and point it to about 10 o'clock now. And that's where you create this nice opening here. You might be pushing your knee a little bit. It's not that much, it's very subtle. But just to open a little bit more, and then you're opening your chest up. It's like you're opening your chest up to the sky. It's not quite up there, but that's the intention. Breathing here. For 3. Just creating lightness with this pose, just going with it wherever it's taking you. For 2. For 1. And then let's come back to center. So you're gonna bring your left foot back, facing forward. And kind of lean yourself in your inside of your knee, inside of your left knee, with the intention of bringing your elbows towards the floor. So you probably won't get there, but just breathing in that direction. So a little bit more opening here. Breathing here for 3, for 2, for 1. Let's bring that foot back. You're in all fours. Let's just do a few cat-cows just to release anything here. You might be feeling like we're creating some heat here. I like to do lion's breath, which is a nice way to just exhale everything, whatever it is, any stuck energy, any emotion, whatever it is. So we're gonna inhale, and then when we exhale, you're gonna stick your tongue out and just exhale everything, and a sound should come out. And no one's hearing anyone except you can hear us, so don't feel embarrassed, just go for it. So we're gonna do this, let's do it 3 times to really let everything out. So inhale. Okay, a little bit louder this time. So anything that's been bothering you, just let it out right now. You should feel a bit better here. A bit more has just been let go from your day. So let's come into downward facing dog, and then we're going to slowly walk our way up all the way to the front of our mat and just hang forward here. So this should feel really nice. You can bend your knees as much as you want so that this feels nice. It shouldn't feel uncomfortable, so bend your knees as much as you need to, especially if you have a tight lower back. And just feel like everything is releasing, everything is sinking out of you onto your mat, into the ground where we don't need it. Just letting it all go here. Just kind of have your upper body be a little floppy. Your arms are loose, the back of your neck is loose. Maybe shaking your head a bit, just kind of letting it all drain out. Just picturing everything draining out. Whatever isn't serving you, just let it go. Breathing here. So feeling really supported, but also kind of light. And then as you're ready, let's keep our knees really bent so we don't hurt our lower back, and just roll up gently to standing. We're in mountain pose now. So it's a really strong pose. Your feet are hip widths apart. And then shrug your shoulders up like you're completely stressed and all this whatever, annoying feelings. And then feel your shoulders roll down your back. So that's where we want to feel this. Chest is open, kind of this light shining from your chest, and not this, but really rolling your shoulders down your back, your shoulder blades coming together behind you. So your palms are open. Just breathing here for a few moments. So maybe already feeling a little bit lighter than when we started, like we've let go of a little bit at least. We're going to continue to build a little bit more heat here. So we're going to come into chair pose. It's a pretty strong pose. So now you're going to bring your feet together, at least your toes together. Your heels can be a little bit apart. And then we're going to come down, kind of squat into your uncomfortable chair. Breathing here. So you're going to start feeling it in your hips and your thighs. You're going to pretend there's some lightness to you. So offering it up, maybe smiling a little bit, realizing that we all chose to be here because we know we're better for it, even if it's a little painful in the moment, but we can sit through this. It's not going to last forever. So just sit a little bit deeper and breathe. And know you're strong. Just finding that lightness, finding that humor where it doesn't feel like there should be any. For 5. For 4, maybe a little bit deeper. 3, 2, and then let's all come up. So hands to heart center, just breathing here. Okay, so we won't stay in this as long, but we're gonna do a figure 4 in that same pose. So you're gonna bring your right heel right above your knee, if that feels okay. And you can stay here if this feels like enough, that's fine. Or if you can go a little further, we're gonna try and sit back into that chair. So it's probably a much higher chair this time. We're just trying to open our hips. It might feel very tight, especially if your hip flexors are tight. But just sitting where you can. Maybe you bring your hands to heart center and pretend that this looks amazing. Breathing into this. You know this looks amazing. For 3, coming a little bit deeper, so really feeling it here, really opening those muscles up. For 2, and then for 1, coming up. Just shaking it out, letting it go. And then now it's your left ankle over your right knee. So above your knee. This feels like enough, just stay here. That's already feeling like it's opening stuff here and up in front. If you can, go a little bit deeper. Let's see. Just bring your hips down. So yoga teachers like to say, like, this is where it gets juicy. This is where it gets interesting. Just breathing through it. Just from all the sitting we do, just kind of releasing those muscles that have tightened up. See if you can sink a teeny bit deeper. And then coming up. Beautiful. Again, hands to your heart center. Close your eyes. Don't make a big deal about what you just did. Just come into this present moment. Coming back to your breath. So as we're ready, we're gonna face the front of our mat. And we're gonna bring, let's come into a forward fold. And then you're gonna gently step your left foot back and come into as if you're going into warrior 2. So your back foot is parallel, beautiful, to the back of your mat, your hands are still down. So your back foot is parallel to the back of your mat, front knee over front ankle. So it's like a warrior 2, but we're down on the floor. So it's a different way to get into it, and sometimes you can go even deeper when you start with this way. So you're gonna bring your right hand, or you can bring your fist if you have sensitive wrists, on the inside of your right foot. And you're gonna open up like this. So it's kind of starting here. We've really opened our hips, so we wanna take advantage. So feeling really grounded in your back foot, but also really grounded in your front foot. Pulling them kind of away from each other, and then creating that opening. So your chest is opening up towards the sky is the idea. It's not going to, but that's the idea. So really feeling your hips opening, feeling yourself supported by the floor. So you're kind of reaching in all different directions right now, creating this lightness. Maybe surprising yourself that you got yourself into this pose and it looks beautiful. And now we're going to gently supporting ourselves, maybe bring your right forearm to your right thigh. So this is a supported version. We're almost coming to our peak pose. It's beautiful. And then let's come all the way up to warrior 2. So your front knee is bent. Maybe a shorter stance so that your front knee stays bent over your front ankle, perfect, and then your back foot is parallel to the back of your mat, beautiful. Okay, so we're just gonna stay in this a few more breaths. This is where it's at. We've been opening our hips, we've been preparing for this. We're ready for this pose. And so here, instead, usually we face our palms down, but to create a little lightness, it's nice to kind of just put your palms up. It makes it, I don't know, it takes away the intensity of the pose in a sense. It makes you be lighter. So think of the top of your body as light. Your bottom of your body is doing a lot of work right now. Top is light. And this is what I was referring to, staying in it because you know you're strong. Smiling, maybe laughing, knowing it's going to be over soon. Breathing for 3, coming back to your breath, shoulders down your back, finding that lightness, finding that humor where it feels like there's no humor. For 2, for 1, beautiful. So we're just going to slowly, carefully come out of it, bending your front knee, hands down on the floor, and then let's just come down to all fours and come down to child's pose. So breathing here, coming back to your breath. Realizing how much work you're doing here on your mat. We think Warrior 2 is one of the more simple, typical yoga poses, but it's hard. There's a lot that goes into it, and we've kind of worked up to it, and you can feel it. So just feeling proud of where you're taking your body and the space you're creating. So again, coming back to your breath. So as you're ready, let's come back to all fours. And then we're gonna we're gonna bring our left foot forward, so you're building up to that same pose. And then your back heel is down, your back foot is parallel to the back of your mat. So really feeling grounded in that foot. And you're staying low, you're staying on your hands. So feeling your hip open. And then your left hand or your fist can come on the inside of that left foot. And then you're gonna open up here. Beautiful. So this is basically Warrior 2, but supporting yourself on the ground. And in a way it's harder because you're really open and really low to the ground. So breathing here, creating that lightness, but really feeling grounded on the floor. For 3, for 2, for 1. So we're gonna slowly make our way up. So first, supporting yourself on your thigh. Beautiful, so we're gonna stay with this. And then bending back into your front knee. So your front knee is over your front ankle. So you're still kind of in Warrior 2 here. For 3, for 2, for 1, and then let's come up into our nice finale peak pose, Warrior 2. You're feeling like you are a warrior here. You're so strong. Beautiful. So your hands are up, kind of offering your energy up. Again, bending into that front knee as much as possible. Opening your hips. Sending your mind to where you want to be, even if you're not there today. Again, feeling grounded. Let's come back to our breath here. Knowing that this isn't going to last. Again, it's not going to last. We just need a few more breaths to get through it. For 3, for 2, for 1, beautiful. Let's come down slowly. Hands to the floor on all fours, and then coming back to child's pose. So feeling good about where we've gone, feeling like we've done all the hard work. Now we can start to kind of slow it down, but knowing you've moved a lot of energy around, released a lot of things, left things behind, and just being here with your breath for a few more moments. Again, trying to come back to that sound of your breath. So that's a really grounding sound. So you have that slight restriction so you can really hear your exhale. You hear your inhale followed by your exhale. Okay, so now we're gonna slowly come up to seated. So we're gonna stay on the floor. We've done all the big poses. We're just gonna take it down a notch now. So we're gonna come into butterfly pose. Bring your heels together, your knees apart. And just like lightly, not folding forward all the way, just a little. Maybe releasing the back of your neck. So your elbows can kind of push your knees down, but just a little, like, just create a little bit more opening here. Again, creating kind of that cocoon with your breathing. Maybe you have your eyes closed, hearing the sound of your breath. So let's just lengthen our legs and bring your right knee up, and we're just gonna do a gentle twist. So your right knee is up and you're gonna twist towards the right. So you're gonna hold your right knee with your left arm. Kind of this gentle spinal twist. And then leaving your knee here, it's just nice to twist in the opposite direction. It's a nice counter twist. Just gently. And then let's lengthen our right leg, bringing our left knee, and then twisting towards the left. So holding your left knee with your right arm. And let's just do a gentle counter twist. So now we're just gonna bring our legs just slightly apart, not too much, and just gently fold inside. So we're kind of going internal now. Again, you're still hearing your breath. Maybe your eyes are closed. So we're just gonna come onto our backs, kind of rolling yourself into a ball. And again, coming back to just bring your knees in, just do gentle circles in one direction, releasing your lower back. Just kind of massaging your lower back. And then let's bring our feet down, our knees are bent. You can just gently rock your knees from side to side. So this is again, releasing your lower back. And then on the floor, you're gonna bring your bottoms of your feet together and you're kind of creating a triangle with your legs. So your knees are splaying out. They're not anywhere near the floor probably. Just kind of, your knees are splaying out and your feet are coming together. And just to help ground yourself, maybe you're bringing one hand to your belly and one hand to your heart. Just feeling your breath. Maybe you're feeling your breath in your chest, or maybe in your belly. So we're gonna get ready to go into Shavasana. This is like the final resting pose. And you can either just stay here on your back and lengthen your legs, or you can bend your knees slightly if that feels better. Another option, which Zev is just gonna show, is you can, if you have some wall space that's easily accessible, you would bring your mat up to the wall, so right up to the edge of the wall. And then lying on your back, you're gonna scoot your bum all the way up to the wall and then bring your legs all the way up. So this is kind of a supported inversion, but it's a really supported version. Perfect. So this should feel really calming, where you're completely supported by the wall. There's no effort here, and it's just kind of releasing everything down. This is a nice other way to do Shavasana at the end of the practice. And then you might want to bring your arms out a little bit, your palms facing up, kind of just letting everything go here. So we're going to spend a few moments here just absorbing our practice. So it's important at the end of practice to just give yourself these moments to kind of just let it all go and let your body absorb everything you've done. Here we're just letting go of our yoga breathing and kind of just coming back to your natural breath. But again, we're practicing meditation here, where we're still focusing on the inhale, the exhale. Catching our mind if it wanders, just coming back to your inhale and your exhale. Maybe doing a quick body scan, just starting from your head, moving down to your toes, seeing if there's any last places where you want to release some energy, release any tension that might be hanging on. Starting to hear the sounds around you. Maybe touching your thumb to each of your fingers. Gently moving your toes. Gently shaking your head from side to side. And as you're ready, slowly making your way onto your left side. So just staying on the floor, but curling up onto your left side. Moving mindfully. Spending a few more moments here curled up. Feeling safe, feeling secure. And then gently making our way up to a seated position, keeping your eyes closed. You bring your hands to your heart. Feeling your energy that you're sharing with others. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. One more deep breath in, deep breath out. And then we finish our practice by saying namaste, which means I acknowledge the light in you and you acknowledge the light in me. Namaste. What do we say? Thank you. Thank you, everyone.